Good evening. My name is Rosie Peppy Parke, and this is Flemo TV. And I have with me Mr. Brian Simpson, aka Eye Culture of BlaXpression. And today we're going to learn all about the fabulous things he's doing with these beautiful t-shirts, one of which I'm wearing and he's wearing. And so I'm just going to start by asking Brian to tell us a little bit about himself. Who are you? I mean, when we hear about Brian Simpson, Eye Culture, what should we remember about this individual?
Well, I'm a person that has been, involved in, social justice movement, community development, them kind of things over the years, from my years living in Virgin Islands till now, that's always been a major concern, so we're just really launching this product line for us further those ends.
And so, tell us a little bit about the organization BlaXpression, and it's spelled BlaXpression. As you can all see, the website is BlaXpression.com, and he's actually starting off with t-shirts. But more importantly, the organization is one which is trying to play a significant role in shaping the minds of Black people, and it has a socially conscious message. So tell us a little bit about where you're going with that, the inspiration for the company, and whether or not it's a non-profit and what you aim to do that's different from what's already being done in the community.
Oh, that's I'll try and get everything. Well, alright, let's start with inspiration. I'm very inspired by the 1960s and the 1970s. That was a time of great social upheaval, and you had a lot of, you had Rastafari movement, you had the Black Power movements, you had the Nation of Islam, the Black Panthers, all of those kind of things. So, the kind of activism and the type of Black liberation struggles from those times, I happen to be living in a household with brothers and sisters that were very involved in those kind of movements. So, in these times now where we see the message kind of change and, that kind of activism kind of fall off, it really inspired me to really just say, well, they will build our vibes. That bring back that kind of energy.
Okay, Eye Culture. I'm gonna call it Eye Culture because it just have a nicer ring and it go in line with everything that's going on here, which is all the positive Black messages. So you were just saying something about your inspiration came from some things that happened in the 60s and the 70s, and you grew up. I mean, you look like you were barely born, like in the 70s. So how old are you? I mean, I know it's taboo for women to talk about their age. I don't have a problem with it. But you seem and look very young to have experienced some of those things. So just tell us a little bit about that. You don't have to tell us your age, but 1960s?
No, well, I was born in the 70s. I'm a child of the 70s. I was born in 1971, so I'm 39 years old.
Okay.
But my siblings were like, they're like four of us, and when I was born, they were in their teens. So when I was coming of age, they were like young 20s, late teens, and they were really into that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got pizza.
You got pieces of it.
Yeah. And then by the time late 70s, so I developed an ear for music and the culture and things. So yeah, man. And then from there just take off.
Okay, so is BlaXpression a non-profit? I mean, I know you want to do a lot of things that sound like what a lot of non-profits do. Is your organization a non-profit?
No, it is not. This is a for-profit organization. It's actually a derivative of what you might call a social enterprise.
Okay.
Where it's a for-profit organization, but a significant portion of the funding goes towards towards helping programs, different kind of programs, and the type of programs we're really interested in are those programs we want to work with other organizations, non-profit organizations now, who are really operating at a community level, community-based, and they're helping communities to become more self-reliant, more self-governing, because that's really what we want. we want black people to build capacity so we don't have to beg and get into welfare dependence and all them kind of thing. But you know, once we have economic autonomy, then we can set our own agenda.
Right.
You see me? So that is really the vision that really fuels my passions, you know. Yeah.
And I can tell you're very passionate about it. Part proceeds of the profits will go towards a non-profit. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Yes, yes, and it will be different. We will be working with more than one organization. You know, what needs to happen first, you know, like because we started, we were very zealous about this operation, and so when we registered the business, it was like a sole proprietorship.
Right.
But to really take it to that level where I wanted it, we're gonna have to just revamp the legal framework, set it up like as an LLC, and so we can really deal with it on the levels where it needs to really deal upon, you know, and then we can really effect those things that we want to do.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about when you started the business, because it sounds like the idea is so rich, but I understand that you recently started the business. So just tell everyone who is watching a little bit about what prompted you to start BlaXpression, a little bit about what it means to you, the whole idea of BlaXpression. I know you have a play on words with black and expression, so I think they can figure that one out. But when did you actually start the business?
Well, officially the business started early this year, January of this year. 2010?
Yeah,
man.
Wow.
But I mean, we've been dabbling in like t-shirts and, you know, we made handcrafted jewelry for years, you know, self-employed, and so we did all of these kind of things, but really on a hustling level, you know, survival mode kind of thing, you know. But now I try get out of the hustling, survival mode, I set it up, you know, officially, you know, you know, so I want it well thought out and thing, and so that's where that phase began in January of 2010. I mean, you know, the story behind that is I was actually here in Maryland working, you know, for a year, you know, and it was a kind of a hand-to-mouth situation. But then I got called back home because I had, you know, I had some family things to deal with. I had a sick parent to take care of, so that really took me out of, you know, that took me out of the whole hand-to-mouth thing, and it really gave me a chance to really thrash out the business idea, the business proposal, deal with the designs and the concept of everything, you know. So that it was a blessing in disguise, you know. And you know it is the most I put good people in your path who were able to help things along, you know. And here we are right now. And the rest is
history. So this is his BlaXpression. Yeah. And that's an amazing story because they tell you that adversity builds character. So here you are hustling, and we all hustling. You know the other thing. Yeah. It's in our blood. It doesn't matter how many jobs we have, still have a hustle. Yeah. And then you decide that you need to push it to a higher level because the family have to eat pretty much. Right. So tell us a little bit about how challenging it has been to move from the hustling mode to an entrepreneurial mode where you're building a business and you know that it's a total different thing. It's not like you're running around on the street corner and here's a t-shirt. It's a real business thing. A lot of people need to learn about that. So tell us some of the things that help you get to where you are today, where it's now an official business with a website, with t-shirts that I'm wearing, with a lot of designs that we're going to talk about later. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I would say that I had good people around me, you know, like, you know, going back home and really connecting with my sibling. My brother, you know, is actually he's a business analyst, so he is the one that kind of grounds me because, you know, I'm a creative type, visionary, I'm up in the air, you know, but he's an anchor that's like, alright, good, that's good, you know, you have your vision, but you need to sort it out and make sure that, you know, there's cash flow going, and you have to deal with the legal aspects, you have to deal with, you have to deal with sales and communication, marketing, and all of these kind of aspects. So, you know, I had several sessions with him, You know, as well as my mother, and you know.
mommy, just the mom's always in it, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, you know, I had family. I really made contact with family because I've been all around over the last, I guess, 15 to 20 years, not really grounded. But that's the opportunity to go back to Jamaica and ground with my family. Just really is what was responsible for me, kind of just being more methodical about my approach and everything, you know. And, you know, I had support, actual support from them, so, you know, I wasn't so much in the hand-to-mouth thing, so I could really, you know.
Back it up, we call it in Jamaica.
Yeah, you know.
Family grew up and step up to the plate and help you.
Yeah.
And that's really good. So, I know you've done a number of things before. You were a teacher, you're an artisan, you're a poet, and you were a yoga instructor. Now, when I start telling them about, you know, the yoga thing, because I do it too, so when I saw that, I got so excited. Here is a man who can do a downward facing dog. You know, he can do the lotus position, he can do a lot of things. Just tell us a little bit about how these, maybe not, right? You know, and just tell us a little bit about how doing these different occupations and things in your life have helped you to get to where you are with this vision for BlaXpression, because all the professions that you seem to have seem to be leaning in that same positive direction. I don't know if it's by happenstance or it's just sometimes we just do the things and it's a natural alignment. So, I mean, how long were you thinking about doing something like BlaXpression, and did you pick your professions based on that underlying goal? I guess that's what I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, I had the particular idea for a t-shirt company I had for a good while. You know, there's actually a design that I can show you when we get into that that was done from like 2002.
Okay.
You know, but you know, I spent a good bit of years, like the decade of my 20s, I spent that in the United States Virgin Islands. And I was really involved in just the culture, you know, Rastafari and all of that kind of thing, you know, on a activist level, you know, working with the community of brethren down there, you know, living the life. So that's really the spark, and so it was really about self-reliance, and we used to hustle, we used to cook food, we used to make shirts, but again, it was at a level, you know. So, you know, the focus of BlaXpression and the African-centric focus really comes from those experiences, right there, you know. And at the same time, we were in a community which was kind of eclectic. So you had people that was into yoga and meditation and all of these kind of things.
Right.
You know, so I got involved with that. I mean, as a Rasta man, I was really into what I call kinetic spirituality, and kinetic spirituality really emphasize these techniques of spiritual cultivation, meditation, and these kind of things. So that was my entrance into the whole world of yoga. You know, so I followed it up like a certification, started, you know, teaching it for a while. You know, right now it's really just a personal practice. When I can remember.
When you can remember.
Like, you know.
So this is gorgeous. Tell us a little bit about it. I mean, you have a graphic designer that you work with, right?
Yeah, man. I work with my brethren from long time, from college, Mike Robinson of M Square Design. Big up Mike, you know.
Mike Robinson.
Yeah, man. So he really did a bang up job on this one, you know. It's really
reflect.
Yeah, man. So the drum is a primordial form of BlaXpression, you know. Before everything, you know, is at least, you know, it's what mimics the heartbeat, and it's what mimics the voice of the West African tongue, especially this drum. And so you got some mad colors in there, and you see you can get the Jamaica thing going on, and it have the red, gold, you know, gold and green thing going on. Yeah, man.
Tell me about the logo. Who came up with the logo? Because it's beautiful. I mean, you know, it looks like a cross. It has the big X going on. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the logo.
BlaXpression. This is it looks like a cross, but it's actually like the axe. It's a small axe that cut down the big tree.
You see it, like that.
Yeah, and again, BlaXpression I do it. You know, that is the small axe we're going, you know, bring the liberation and everything, you know. So that's where it's really coming from, you know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man.